and push the record button, and we're actually on right now. We're recording, and I just want to say thank you so much for helping me with this movement. You don't know what it means to me to have met you. I can't wait until I'm able to meet you in person. I can't wait till I'm able to just tell you to pack your bags and fly out here to California so I can give you a tour. I'm waiting for that. I know it's coming as soon as we open up America. And just thank you for everything you're doing to help me. It really means a lot to me. And this morning, I really realized that me and you are two different generations. Being that I'm 51 and you still in your beautiful 20s, I'm like, we're breaking the intergenerational gap where everybody feel like young people can't work with older people. But see, I need older people, younger people, because y'all the ones that know everything. You know, I gotta stay connected to you all so I can keep up with what's going on in the world. So again, thank you. Without further ado, we'll get started. And then I also want to say thanks to Legacy and the San Francisco Mega Black for Legacy came and spoke to us the other day. She hit some real good pointers. And when I find out where to find the link, I will definitely share it with you. And just want to give a big shout out to Legacy because she really brought me back to what it is we're supposed to be out here doing. So big shout out to Legacy. So without further ado, I want to say welcome today in history. February the 28th, the end of Black History 2021. We must remember Black history is every day. It's important that we make it a story that no one will ever forget.
So true. Let me go ahead and share my screen.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and there we go.
Thank you. Welcome to Urban Public Education 47 years later with Queen Vanessa and Giovanni. I'm on California and Giovanni is in the East Coast in Virginia. And we are starting on this day at the end of February 2021, Black History. We're going to start our movement. So I just have to give you a little bit of how we got together. But first, we're going to share our slides. 47 years later, it's been presented by born and raised survivors and community developers. 47 years later, nothing's changed with urban public education. In San Francisco, the Bayview Hunters Point, and beyond, co-founders Queen Vanessa and Giovanni Knight is bringing a movement to you to change the dynamics of public education. United States war on poverty and drugs in urban Black America will not stop until we Black America step up until 47 years later. It's never too late.
Alrighty, let me make sure my sound is also sharing. There we go.
This is where education began for me at Dr. George Washington Carver Elementary School, where I would have been one of the best scholars ever coming out of George Washington Carver in 1978. In 1978, here's where education changed for me. In 1978, this was Sir Francis Drake Elementary. Today in 2020, it's Malcolm X Academy. And so my question 47 years later, has anything changed inside urban public education in Hunters Point and beyond? Is public education really the pipeline to prison? My name is Queen Vanessa. I am a member of Born and Raised Survivors and Community Developers. Join us May 2021 as I reveal Arthur E. Hippler book, Hunters Point, The Black Ghetto. 47 years later, nothing's changed in public education in Hunters Point and beyond. Learn more. Get involved. Join us. Donate if you like. Be the movement. Thank you.
First woman of color, VP Kamala Harris, to serve as Vice President of the United States of America, set the bar. She spoke into our lives. What do you want to tell your children?
Have passed, and our children and our grandchildren will look in our eyes, and they're going to ask us, where were you when the stakes were so high? They will ask us, what was it like? And we will tell them. We will tell them not just how we felt, we will tell them what we did. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless the United States of America.
What do you see in this photo?
Let's see, the teacher is saying, no, Adam, awesome is not an acceptable choice of what you want to be when you grow up.
What did you see in this video, Urban Black America? You don't see a Black student. What do you think the teachers who the teachers referring to as Adam? Don't let your son be an Adam, Urban Black America. Stay woke.
Oh, we also have a quote by D. Watkins.
Black people who are born in poverty die in poverty.
Powerful, powerful.
By D. Watkins. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oop. Sorry there, technological difficulties. Social justice is education. Movements for racial justice in education are growing in a moment when, due in large part to the upheaval of the COVID-19 pandemic and the uprisings for racial justice, the future direction of public education is more open to change than ever before. What a great presentation. Thank you, Vanessa. Very well done.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you. And I hope you enjoyed a glimpse of what we about to give you. That's just the beginning. That's just the icebreaker of who we are, what we about to do. Every time we do a story, we're gonna leave you something with something critically to think about. Didn't you see that comic? That photo, you didn't see any African American children. So I need us to really, really Pay attention to this movement. It's really serious. It's work, you know, from the researches and the studies I'm getting, it's worse than the Great Depression. What's about to happen to us in America? We can't sit here and keep waiting around on people to try to help us. We got to figure out how we about to set the bar for our children out here, and make sure we do what it is that they need so that they can be successful. Because COVID-19, along with the poverty, the war on poverty, the war on drugs, and the war on COVID-19, is just a glimpse of a way to keep African Americans at the very, very bottom. You know, it's going to keep us at the bottom and the attack. And I mean, you know, I got mentors and I got colleagues out here. Brother Mark with Rafiki, he said to me the other day, he said, Vanessa, you know, this is going to really hurt Black people the most. They always start with us, Vanessa. I don't know why, you know, because Mark's a little older than me. So I want to share with you the main purpose why we're doing what we're doing. This is just the beginning. I'm Queen Vanessa. Tell them who you is against us.
I'm Giovanni.
We're going to make sure that Black and brown children, adolescents, are the most likely to become 5 years behind the white counterparts in urban community, marginalized communities under attack, and need that the Black urban American attention is needed more now than ever before. So 47 years later, nothing's changed in urban education, and San Francisco is beyond, is a movement that's on its way, and we're going to be getting our theory and comparing and declaring our facts with Arthur E.Hippler, the book Hunters Point, The Black Ghetto. I read that book right before the pandemic. I was blown away that this man was able to write a book on my life when I was 4 years old. He wrote about the community I was born and raised in. I am a survivor of the war on drugs. I can attest that what he wrote is still happening today, 47 years later. So there's major things that I have to get ready to do. We have to get ready to do, whether we in California, whether we in the East Coast, we got to get ready to stand for our people so that once they see that we joining together, we joining forces through COVID-19, because, you know, see, they probably thought we was gonna get stuck in a pandemic and didn't know what to do and didn't know how to keep ourselves connected. But actually, there they go again. They didn't know what they did putting us in this pandemic, because some people has just been more successful than they ever probably thought they would have been without the pandemic. I know plenty of people that is making major moves, and I think the pandemic did it. And then people, and then that's what you got to understand. We could be in this pandemic, so you just can dig inside of who you is instead of us waiting on people to do stuff for us. Everybody is born with a gift and a talent from God. God not gonna leave you out here to figure out which way do you go. You just line yourself up with Him, and He gonna put you where you need to be. And that's the most important thing about education, that we got to remember where we come from and where we going, and we will be all right. But we just got to keep the momentum going. So I'm going to get into a couple of questions to ask so we can get to know a little bit about Giovanni out there in the East Coast. And I can't wait to come out there either. I'm just waiting for my invitation too. I'm just saying. So what was your education experience like on the East Coast?
Yeah, so when my mom had me, she lived in kind of like, we've always lived in the suburbs, but it's always been just kind of like the lower side of town. And she was just determined that I wasn't going to go to school there. So she moved me to a better school district. But even in that school district, I never had an African-American teacher, ever. My first African-American teacher was in college, my freshman year of college, and she taught an African-American studies class. Then I got a Black professor for an accounting class in the business school, one in finance. They were African-American males. I loved having them, but that was my only exposure. And within my program in college, I majored in information systems. And I did not get a professor of color until my last semester of senior year. And I'm still in contact with her today because I didn't get nearly enough time with her. But I wasn't really exposed to Black people in academia that much until I got into higher education. That representation just wasn't there.
That's interesting. And so, thank you for answering. You're so sharp. You answered both of your questions in one. So, to get to my other question, because see, Giovanni is my public speaking coach. She's teaching me how to be a public speaker. Like literally, she's been working with me. And so I have to go back into how we really met. We met through Catch a Fire. I have to give the credit where credit is due. Much love. San Francisco Mayor's Office of Workforce and Economic Development, Josh, you guys, Marilyn DeBree, the director, Cheryl Davis. This is how me and this young lady met through Catch a Fire. And she said, Vanessa, I would like to stay working with you. And I was like, that's all I need to hear. I was like, you is? Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna meet. And can I tell you, me and you've been meeting ever since like June or July, every other Sunday until this day. I kid you not. She about her business. I could just see her in the future just doing major things, And what I liked about her most is she not just only doing this to build her portfolio. Let's be clear, because everybody needs a resume. She doing this because she want to learn from me the most. She's want to know what it was like growing up in urban schools, because you just heard her say her mom made sure that they didn't have to go through what I went through. So her mom pushed for her to get a better learning, which is unfair that we have to do this and go all out our way to search for better earning when sometimes the school like right in our backyards, we should be able to get the same education from, because I'm urban and I come from a school that was probably like right across the street, and my education wasn't probably as near as good as hers. But that's okay, because you're living and learning. And self-educating is very, very good. Very, very good. Read. I don't care if you don't know the words, read. And so tell me a little bit about why do you believe public speaking will be beneficial to elementary level?
That's a great question. Here's why. When I was in college, all I kept hearing was you need to build up your soft skills to be competitive in the work environment, one of which is public speaking. So communication, that's what I had to be good at in order to get a good job. I could learn the technical skills on the job, but they couldn't teach me the soft skills. I had to develop those. And the first time I heard that was in college. So we talk about being behind. Black people are already 400 years behind, just off the beginning. And I'm just now hearing about this. So if we teach it in elementary school, here are my 3 reasons why I believe it needs to be taught. 1, we are already 400 years behind. And that's just not fair. And in today's technology, we can start at least to catch up. 2, we have fought to deserve seats at the table, but we also deserve to have our voices heard at that table. As eloquently and as well as we can articulate, our voices should be out there. Public speaking helps with that. And finally, skill development is something no one can take away from us. So why not learn the skills, especially the skills no one's really talking about until you get to college, like public speaking? Why not us? We deserve to know how to do that too. And not when we're 18, but maybe closer to when we're 8. Kids love to talk. Build upon that skill. That is why we need to be teaching children about public speaking. Get them that confidence now, because they are little Black kings and queens. Why not now?
Right. Great answer. Ding, 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 ding. That is exactly why she needs to be helping us with public speaking, because I shouldn't have had to go to college to learn that in college. Even though I got an A, even though it was fun.
I did too.
Minute. did I just have to come to college to learn this? Why we not doing this anymore? Because in the urban communities, you have people that help you learn how to dance, speak, and all that as a kid, and that builds your esteem. Even when you don't really, even when you're not good at academics, if you know you can, dance a little bit or do something, there you go, boogieing on down on the stage. You like, hey, that made me feel good. That's and so there's some things that has been stripped away from urban public education because the people very well know what we need to make us feel important, do important things, and to make us be great. Now, what if Sammy Davis Jr. would have never started practicing when he was a kid? Now, what if Michael Jackson would have never started getting to practicing when he was a kid, learning to recite them songs? That's public speaking. Speaking, rapping, commentary, all that is public speaking. Reading, all that comes with so I believe we have been set up and they don't give it to us because when you get to college, most people are nervous and don't like to do it. And some people hate it. And so that's why we're going to instill it now to get our elementary babies college ready. And so, and on that note, I mean, my education experience wasn't good. That's why I'm pushing this movement. It was terrible. You would learn more about me as we get into this. My girl is on the East Coast, so the time's a little different. So I got to get ready to wrap us up, baby, so that she can get ready to enjoy her life. And I also didn't have very many Black educators. I probably had like around 3 or 4 growing up in urban San Francisco. And then it wasn't until I got to college where Professor Robert Clark, I love you, Professor Clark, and his wife made me the scholar I am today, changed my thinking and said, no, you can be just who you need to be. Quit thinking like that. I was stressing, no, I can't do this, Dr. Clark, like you can do it, Vanessa. You just got to study. You just got to build yourself up, and we can do it. And so, and that's why this movement really matters to me. That's why I got a public speaking expert in her 20s gonna give these young people what they need, because I know y'all not gonna always want to hear from me. So that's why God blessed me with a young soldier baby, for she can put y'all on. You just heard what she said. She shouldn't have had to learn how to do that when she got to college. So she would definitely be the public coaching speak of this entire movement. She's the co-founder of it. It's me and her to the end. Hopefully one day we can get into when the world open up, you will see me and her together in person, because we gonna mobile this movement around. But until then, we gonna do what we gotta do virtual. We gonna record them. We gonna save them. We're gonna upload them on my website. Go to Born and Raised Survivors website. That's www.barscd.org, and you're gonna be able to start getting our sessions on there, or even join me on my Muff Talk page. I got a YouTube page. I'm coming from a hood perspective, so I can get ready to get my people where we need to be. And without further ado, I love y'all. Stay 6 feet apart. Wear your masks. Always remember, Black history is every day. And when you make history, I'm gonna ask you a question. And then when you see this, leave it in the comment when we release this video. Do you want to be rich or do you want to be notable? God bless you and take care. Till next time. Okay, baby girl, we did it. We did it.